How's it going? This video is going to be about day one 88 Mike ALC here at the Army Logistics University in Fort Lee, Virginia. So, just sitting in the car right now. It's technically day 2 at the moment, but I'm going to recap everything that happened yesterday and then the day before. Had a burp. Some Jocko Go. So, my experience might be different from your experience by the time you're watching this video or whenever you go through. You might get an ALC date in a couple months after becoming a sergeant promotable. You might be promotable for 1 to freaking 3 years. Who knows, before you get an ALC class date. I know plenty of people who've been waiting for an ALC date for 3 years. Like, it's bad. They've been waiting for a couple years. Now, as far as getting a class date, a lot of times it's based off of points. I've heard mixed answers. I've heard you need 430 before they even consider you. I've heard 450. I've heard 480. And I've heard the golden number that I hear the most is 500. I got my ALC date 1 month after I became promotable. I've been at 5 since May 2019. And the reason why, there's multiple reasons why it took me so long to finally get promotable. Not from failing boards, but just having incompetent leadership send these packets up in order to go to these boards. So how to deal with that crap. When you get your ALC date, or yeah, ALC date, and you come here. I came here 2 days early from when I have to sign in. So for example, April 3rd, had to sign in by 23:59, which was on a Sunday. I flew here and I got here Friday evening because I wanted a little bit of free time and to make sure I can get what I need to get prior to this course in case I forgot to pack something. So I'm giving myself a window. You go in, you will go to the Army Logistics University. That is where they have 88 Mike ALC. There's 88 Mike SLC there. There's many different ALC and SLC classes that go to this university. BOLC is here for logisticians, transporters, quartermasters, stuff like that, hence Army Logistics University. It is the size of a small college campus. The place is humongous. You will meet all kinds of people that are either active Army, they're coming from the Guard, they're coming from the Army Reserve. Holy crap, you're gonna find a lot of different people here. I ran into quite a few people that are from the Florida Guard. I'm not in the Florida Guard anymore, but I still know that, you know, the patch. I still know where they're coming from and what unit they could possibly be in. But aside from that, once you report in before 23:59 on the reporting date, your first day class will be the very next day. The very next day will be, this thing is like crooked. The very next day will be your day 1. When you sign in the night prior, there'll be a folder with different class dates and numbers and stuff such as that. So you'll find the folder that fits that says your class number. You open it up, it looks like a sign in, sign out sheet for when you sign in and sign out for going on leave. You'll see your name typed, signature. There'll be another sheet to fill out with basic information about you, and then after that, basically you'll say on the sheet, have this documentation, have this uniform, and report at this time at the blacktop basketball court on the interior, like, courtyard part of the university. So you'll do that. The next morning, we had a report at 05:45, full winter PTs, with the following documentation: your 1610 travel orders, ERB or SRB, pre-unit checklist, all kinds of stuff, such as that. 4187, your Project Athena IDP that they emailed, that's confusing as fuck to understand, but that's like the least of your worries. So you'll have all this documentation. You'll be on the black tap at 05:45, at least that's how it was for us. And then you will find whatever formation is for your class number. There was 6 individual small classes for 88 Mike ALC, 015, 016, 017, so on. And then there's my class 504. So 22-504. So yeah, you'll find your class, you'll form up, they'll get attendance, or your SGL will get attendance. They'll give you a rundown on what's about to happen, and they'll quickly remind you that you are no longer in a force comm installation. You were in TRADOC, and they do things. That's all I need to say if you're watching this. It's TRADOC. Where you are at, it is TRADOC. The base alone, super TRADOC. This area, a little extra TRADOC. I'll leave it at that. Y'all probably know what I'm talking about. So, customs and courtesies, discipline, military etiquette, all that stuff is on this level. So yeah. You will, after that, you'll march in, you'll file in to one of the wings of the building, where you will proceed to, they'll check your temperature, check your ID card, you'll do height and weight, like for us, there was officers here for Bullock, going, tons of them, through the hallway. They want you, as you're waiting in line, snap to the position of attention, a couple steps forward, parade rest, repeat. Like we're back in basic training. Every single person that walks through, they want you to greet them. Hey ma'am, good morning ma'am, good morning sir, good morning ma'am, good morning sir, good morning ma'am. And we just happen to have a bunch of officers here for Bullock that were going to the field that night, and so they're all one by one by one by one by one. It was, oh my god, it was, when I just say that, it's just TRADOC. It's just makes you want to especially if you haven't been in a TRADOC environment for a hot minute. You're just like, wow. Anywho, but you do that, you get your height and weight, you'll be in PTs, of course. You will go to your classroom for your assigned class. Now, this is a big classroom. There's one section and then another section. This class number will go on this side of the room, as opposed to this one will go on the other side. So 504 went on to the right side of the classroom. Left side of the classroom was class 020, but we still had the same SGL. He was the SGL for both classes. We're technically, even though class 020 is 11 people and we're 10, we still all feel like part of the same class, even though we're technically separated, which is weird. So our group of 10 and their group of 11, you will have your individuals who will get Commandant's List and Distinguished Honor Grads for both sides. I shit you not. Well, you'll go over like different policy letters, counseling, getting your folder put in order. You'll go through all the basic stuff that is they're gonna look for in the course. What is the heavily graded criteria? you'll do this essay, this mod B test. They'll just kind of go down and let you know what to expect for the rest of the course. Do an introduction, get to know everybody around you, see if your computers work. Like, that's one thing, the one issue that we had is the computer's not working, and so on and so forth. So we took care of that. A good chunk of people were able to get theirs working, and you'll get logged into your Army Blackboard. It is not ALC, it is CLLC, if I'm not mistaken, Army Blackboard. It's like a newer version, if I'm not mistaken. So you will do that. You'll talk with your SGL. He'll tell you his pet peeves, what he's going to be mainly looking for, what he wants to see out of everybody. My SGL, I'm very thankful that we have this SGL, because we don't need extra nonsense. He keeps it straightforward. He asks that everyone brings a personality, so bring a personality when you are going through this course. Do not come in it like a robot. Don't be a robot. Don't be a know-it-all. Talk with one another. Network with one another. Communicate. Get to know each other. There's a bunch of people. There's one guy in my class right now, his current unit that he's been at for not that long now, maybe under a year, is my old unit. And I still know, I've named off some names, and there's still a bunch of those people in that old unit at Fort Stewart. But, you know, just stuff like that. Hey, me and this guy were at this base in Poland in this time frame, and we didn't even see each other. We didn't even realize it. You know, just network, get to talking, be yourself. Unless you're just an asshole and a dickhead, then don't be yourself. Common sense. But yeah, so that, we went over that, got to know each other a little bit, went over the basics of what to expect and look forward to, and yeah, very good first day. I'm gonna be breaking these down probably every 2 weeks, so I'll cover weeks 1 through 2, then 3 through 4, and then 5 through 6 up until graduation. I don't really see any YouTube videos going over 88 mic ALC. There's not really a whole lot of YouTube footage of what to expect at this MOS ALC. It's either BLC, promotion boards, basic training is just beat on the, it's beat to death with basic training experiences and AIT experiences for a good chunk of MOSs. I mean, I'm gonna keep it straight to the point. That's basically what happened with day one. I'm not gonna go off on a tangent on how my day was and this and that, and then just talk about crap that has nothing to do with the context of the video. That's not what I'm here for. So all these other like military YouTubers that just beat the dead horse or beat around the bush of what the video is supposed to be about in the first place is not how I'm gonna do these videos. Everything I just said is literally what happened yesterday, day one. Day one, 88 mic ALC. Additional details for your first day. The Army Logistics University is adjacent to this big ass Holiday Inn Express. It is a humongous Holiday Inn. Your case might be different. Like, you'll get the welcome letter and a counseling and all this other stuff in an email from your SGLs of what they want you to do prior to you getting here. For me, for example, I got all that stuff, filled it out, sent it back. But in your travel welcome letter, it breaks down where to report to, a basic packing list, what time to report in by, and then it goes over lodging. For all the classes here, we all had to get lodging off post. The there's luckily a bunch of hotels right outside Fort Lee. You do your DTS, you do your DTS online prior to you coming here. Get with your squad leader or platoon sergeant, and they can help with you, or just somebody you know who has experienced and dealt with DTS before. Get your flight, lodging, rental car. Here's the thing. I almost didn't get a rental car because my travel welcome letter and all that other stuff, the orders officially, none of it said it was mandatory for the rental car. So they were almost this close to not giving me a rental car because they did not say it was mandatory. It just said it was highly recommended. So I literally had to type up a memo of stating how much the rental car is and why I need it, and my circumstance of why I have to stay off post as opposed to on post so I can get a rental car, and had to get my BC to sign it. Like, okay, cool, we'll fund it. Congratulations. So please get a rental car, especially there's a bunch of you going. It's very smart to get a rental car. Unfortunately, me, I'm here by myself. And one of the other classes, I know one person from an old unit. That's it. There's nobody else. So we have to stay off post. We all have our rental cars, and we all got flights out here. There's maybe a few that drove here because they were within that distance, so they didn't have to worry about a flight. But me being at Fort Carson, coming all the way to Fort Lee, I'm like, I'm not driving. Man, my truck has to go in the shop anyway, and I can't use my wife's car because she needs it for work. So looks like I'm getting a flight. So yeah, that's us. Yours might say you will be given on post lodging as opposed to off post lodging. Or it might say you can do either or. It is subject to change in the future. So just keep that in mind. Again, TRADOC base. There is initial entry training soldiers everywhere. Quartermaster, freaking ordnance, Marine Corps, Navy, and Air Force, when they come for their tech school, all of them go here for these MOSs. Anything to do with logistics, pretty much. They'll come here for AIT, except for 88 mics. They have to go all the way to Fort Leonard Wood. But yeah, so that's just kind of a wrap up with day one, 88 mic ALC. I will post a video next on weeks 1 through 2 for 88 mic ALC. And then, like I said, I'll go by every 2 weeks. I'll make another video. Since no one else seems to have done it, I'll be the one to do it. I'm not just gonna make a PowerPoint slideshow of pictures during the course when it was maybe something that happened on 2 days of the course. You know who you are. So stand by and wait for the next video. Y'all have a good one.